Hello and welcome to part 2 into the back of Resident Evil Zero. Currently I am in the process of filming Resident Evil 5. I'm doing it co-op with a really good friend of mine. What we've sort of done is it's on his channel at the moment. It is eventually going to be on my channel, but we just thought it'd be better because of the way I'm uploading Resident Evils, because I'm trying to do more if I can, leading up to Resident Evil 6. So it's going to be on his channel first, so if you want to check that out, his channel's called Gamers of Heavy Metal. There's some other good stuff on there if you're really into PC games, so it's a good channel worth checking out for that. But I will be doing the DLC stuff, I think only on my channel at the moment, so I just thought I'd let you know that, really, if you didn't want to wait. You want to have a look at Resident Evil 5 now. And you know, if you're happy to wait, then it will be eventually up on my channel. Anyway, to get on with this, sorry, I just thought I did want to update you on that, really. Right now, as you've seen in the last part, Rebecca put the power in to open the kitchen door. You don't know it's a kitchen unless you've played the game. But she fell through the roof and is now trapped in a room. So now as Billy, we have to find a way to get her out of the room. So what I did there was send some items up in the service elevator. I mean, it pretty much is pretty explanatory from what you read on the screen, but if you didn't read it or you're not too sure what happened, I'm just explaining it for you, really. So we got to go and get a way to get her out, but where she's put the items for Billy's, I think it was a train key. I think it unlocks the conductor's office, if I remember correctly. You can send items up, but it's pretty pointless for the minute until we get the item we need to get her out the door. If you chose to play as Billy, then Billy would be trapped in the room and you'd be Rebecca. So there's no real difference. Even the video shows, I think, do you know, I can't remember. I think it does show Billy falling through the hole. I could be wrong. Also, something else I wanted to talk about. You may notice some of the jumpiness. It's eased off a little bit. On the Resident Evil 5 I've been working on with my friend, I noticed, because it was done on my DVD recorder, I noticed there was no jump, like the screen was not jumping at all. So I'm questioning if it's the frame rate, because I think a lot of games, more modern games, on, well, I'm not entirely sure what consoles it's on, but I know the frame rate sometimes is a little lower than some older consoles. So I'm wondering if that's something to do with that, because I'm still unable to fix the other ripper I'm using, so I've got to stick with this for the time being until I can get that working. I was getting it working and I got it up to like 95% of the video ripping, and then it just kept cutting out, so I've left it for now. But I mean, it's not been too bad on this. I think there's a few little jumpy things. You might have noticed one there, actually. It is annoying, really, but as I said, at the moment, it's the only thing to get the videos done. It's the only thing I can use. All I can really do is apologise for it. I actually remember when I was having a quick look at this, like, just to get familiar with it, because I got the game a couple of months back for £10, which I thought was quite a good price for it. I think it'd be more expensive to get the GameCube version, but I couldn't find where to go once I hit this bit, and I didn't realise. Oh, it's a map first. Behind it's a red. You'll see a switch. It'll be flashing red, and I didn't realise that. I just thought it was a light flashing in the room. That pulls down a ladder where we can go and get what we need to get Rebecca out. I think it's an ice pick. It's kind of funny because if you have Billy stuck in the room, it says I need something sharp to get this open, and he actually does have a knife. Whether or not he'd be able to fit in the door hole, I don't know, but I mean, if it could, it's just typical Resident Evil, isn't it? Making you go further than you need to. you get to find out what that is in a minute. If you've watched me play, well, if you've seen my review of Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles for PlayStation 3, you'll see what, I think you'll know what it was, because you'll see me fighting it in there. Another thing I actually noticed about the difficulty change, because I'm playing on easy, there's a hell of a load of herbs, which I just, it takes the easy mode, really does take the challenge out of it for me. I mean, it's good for new players, but I really didn't like it when I've seen a lot of herbs come up. So I mean, I'm as I said, I was just doing it to make sure that, you know, I mean, it's easier to view and I don't make a lot of mistakes. Really, that's the only reason I've done it the way I've done it. Now, you may have noticed just before going through that door there was like a load of like slime or whatever it was. I can't remember what it is now. Well, it's a load of leeches covered in slime. In a minute that opens up so you can go through that door. Actually, I say in a minute, it's quite a while away actually. It'd probably be in the, I think it's in the next part actually, now I think about it, but it's about 10-20 minutes away. This is really annoying. Another thing that's really annoying is the gun slots. Some guns take up 2 slots. And I don't think that happened in 1, the GameCube version of 1. Well, it's actually a GameCube remake, but either way. It's actually quite funny when I was doing the tags for the first part, I didn't have to write PlayStation for the first time. This boss can be kind of a little bit annoying. With the hunting rifle, I find it's just best to sort of get him into a certain range and just point down at the ground with the gun and then just fire, and it will hit him. I found it quite hard to the first time when I was like getting familiar with it again, but it's not too hard. If you're playing it on medium, or is it? No, it's normal difficulty. Sorry, that's the same odds. He will take the whole hunting rifle ammo, like the shotgun ammo you've got, plus a couple of handgun rounds. Well, on easy, I think he didn't take too much. It's actually quite funny, I played this better on normal than I did easy, which was kind of hilarious. But I think with easy though, you sort of, because you're not going to get as badly damaged, you're a bit more cockier, I suppose. What I was saying that's kind of annoying about the weapons holding up 2 slots, it's annoying when you've got a load of items, which you kind of do. I mean, the good thing here is some of the items do come off the train, but it's like anything medical wise won't, which is really annoying. And if you leave the knife Billy has on the floor, you won't get that back either. There is a knife in another room coming up in a minute that will come back. So if you do need a knife, I don't think you do need the knife. Well, I want to move this briefcase. Actually, I never thought when that leech stuff wakes up and moves. We could have actually went back and got it, but never mind, I went that way for the time being. Oh, I forgot we need that thing. I'll have to go down the ladder and drop the briefcase and I'll come back up for that. That really is annoying. With what's happening with these videos, if it does come to a point where I still haven't got them all uploaded, like leading up to Resident Evil 6, and like Resident Evil 6 is released and I still haven't got them done. I'll still carry on with them. But after that, I'm going to be looking at some sort of. I'm really considering. I've been wanting to do it. I was wanting to do it last year, and I just never got around to doing it. Mainly because of my nerves, and I was very nervous about doing it, so I never really did it. But I'm seriously thinking about doing it, and that's Parasite Eve 2. It's kind of, if you haven't played it or ever heard of the game, it's kind of like Resident Evil meets Final Fantasy. I don't have the first one. I don't even know if it's on PlayStation. I imagine it would be, but I couldn't say. I think it's on PC. I've never even seen the first one. I think I got it in like 2001 somehow. I can't even remember. I think it might have been for my birthday or something. I'm also thinking of doing, because the new Tomb Raider game's out next year, I'm thinking about doing some Tomb Raider stuff, because Tomb Raider used to be, was one of my favourite games. It still is, really. I really enjoyed Underworld, but I can see why, I can see why people don't like stuff, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great game, but I think Uncharted kind of killed its buzz a little bit, and it was getting a bit stale, I suppose. And also, I think I may be doing some Devil May Cry stuff, because I bought 4 when Game Station was having a lot of trouble, and bought it, I think it was new, it was for £2 and something like that. And I've just recently got around to playing. I'm really getting into it, and I know there is one coming out next year, so I'm thinking of doing that as well. So there's other stuff coming as well. There'll be some other stuff. I'm always finding stuff I want to do videos. I've still got Hogs of War, and still got Tony Hawk to finish as well. Or if you have to be I think it's, is it when you rescue Rebecca? I can't remember if it's when you rescue Rebecca, or I think it's when you go through the next door. There's a zombie that'll burst out of that fridge in a minute. He's not too difficult to defeat or anything like that. As long as you're quite alert of him, he shouldn't cause you any trouble. I'm just going to use this now, just so I've got another free item slot. Because you will need, well, I don't think, oh no, you will need a, yeah. Because you need to get an item that only she can use. Just trying to think what we will need, actually. As I said, it's so annoying when you've got loads of herbs but nowhere to carry them. There's another annoying thing is there's no treasure items, treasure box or item box. This one, you just have to leave it on the floor, which I kind of like the idea of, don't get me wrong, but it is, as I said, really annoying. I do think it's more realistic, because you wouldn't have a box that would, unless maybe someone in the future will be able to do that, but I don't think anytime soon we'll be seeing something like that. But so I think that's kind of a realistic, and it does add the difficulty thing to it. I'm not going to bother with that zombie. You don't have to come back up there for anything, so it really is a waste of time. I say that, and there's probably something up there. Probably not vital, because I've done this part, but it's probably a file or some ammo or something.
Come on.
You can make them team back up, like, so say if one's not following you, depending on who you are, if you just press... I'm not sure what it is on the Wii controls, because I'm using the GameCube controls. It's the start button on GameCube. So I'm not sure. I think it's the minus button. I mean, I'm not too familiar with the Wii, to be honest. I forgot about those 2 dogs coming out. And this is pretty much going to be the end for this part, so thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and hopefully you'll join me for part 3, where I'll show you why we needed Rebecca. And I've probably said that a bit too early, yeah. Oh well, I'll leave you to watch the rest of the video.